Today is the Sustainable Fashion Day at Lakme Fashion Week, and this is our 13th edition. It's a day to really showcase and celebrate what India can make in sustainable fashion. It's slightly different from the global model. Here, we can create fashion that does not just work for the environment, but also for the smallest producers. This country is known to represent one of the largest handmade creative economies of the world, which is our artisans. Today, we collaborate with UN in India to create a dialogue on why and how the fashion industry needs to work with the Northeast. The event is structured in a very tight speaker series format. There are no panel discussions. Speakers have been given time slots. Speakers come from various different backgrounds, and they're going to express their stories, ideas. More importantly, how are they looking forward in a very progressive, practical way to bring the change that we need to see, so that when we enjoy and buy fashion, it not only looks good, it not only feels good, but it also does good. On that note, it's my pleasure and honor to welcome our keynote speaker for today, Mr. Yuri Afanasiev, the representative of the United Nations in India. Can I have a round of applause for him?
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Thank you so much for having us here, and congratulations to the organizers and to all of you present in the room. It is a pleasure for the United Nations to partner with Lakme Fashion Week and IMG Reliance. Many of you sitting in the audience are probably asking yourself, what the hell is the United Nations doing with fashion? Let me reassure you that we do not understand anything in fashion, and it's not our goal to get involved in fashion. But what we are interested in is sustainable livelihoods and sustainable development for India and sustainable development for the northeastern states of India. And that is why we partnered with Lakme Fashion Week and IMG Reliance, because we have spent decades working with you in the Northeast, but on issues like protecting the environment and protecting the Himalayan mountain range and ensuring that the ecosystems are in order. But recently, we've also understood that there is a tremendous potential for sustainable livelihoods in some areas of India, including in the Northeast. And the biggest industry that we see in the Northeast of India is textiles. And we see so much talent, so much ingenuity, so much craftsmanship, so much culture that's been germinated over centuries in terms of color and design and fabric and fashion and innovation, that we're saying to ourselves, well, if we could humbly help these small producers living in the North Indian states to link with companies that know what the markets want, both in India and outside of India, then potentially we can help create these supply chains of the 21st century that are sustainable, that are fair, that are beneficial to the populations, frequently not wealthy populations. Frequently these people are poor, living in the Northeast, and help them make a better living. I was joking with my colleagues that I was just on vacation over the holidays in Europe, and my wife and I went to a store to buy a couple of things of clothing. And interestingly enough, without actually trying, I bought 3 pieces and all were made in India. However, they were made simply with Indian labor. They were not made with Indian design, inspiration, or tradition. And frankly, I know from my friends and my colleagues living all over the world that there is a hunger for Indian tradition, Indian colors, Indian patterns, Indian designs, but we somehow rarely see them in maybe not mass-produced market segments, but at least the medium, the middle market segments, because the adaptation of what the women and men living in the Northeast and other areas of India know how to do is really not happening, because they do not have maybe your knowledge, your advice about what the markets want. They may not have your experience in marketing. They may not have your experience in presentation. They may not have your experience about how to calculate commercially viable business models or how to group 100 or 1,000 women into a cooperative that allows for the quality and the quantity of the fabric or the material to reach you and for attractive designs to be made. So we are here today to encourage you to take the Northeast seriously, and I know many of you already do. We encourage you to band together and to use us to the extent that we can help in terms of helping these men and women living in the northeastern states to develop the skills and understanding and the knowledge of what is sellable and what is sellable fairly and what is sellable at a good profit so their quality of life can improve and increase. But there's also the flip side of the coin. There's also the issue that when a traditional economy, especially as vibrant and growing as quickly as India's is, enters very fragile areas that have hundreds of years of tradition, of different type of governance, living in environmentally fragile areas, like most of the northeastern states are, then there's a danger of a collapse. And so it is frankly in the hands of the fashion industry and the textile industry to ensure that local traditions that have been there sustainably for hundreds of years, where people lived in harmony with nature, but harvesting the products of nature in a way that creates amazing products and allows it to continue in a way where the people can have a better life, more incomes and more investments can come to the Northeast, but without disrupting a very fragile, very beautiful, very traditional human and ecosystem for the benefit of the people living there. We see a tremendous potential in the textile area. We're also looking and working with bamboo producers and manufacturers, and I know there is a little overlap possibly between textiles and bamboo producers, but it is these two sectors that are of incredible interest to us. We're working with some of you in the room because we know that you want to receive products from these areas with these traditional designs, and you can do beautiful things with it. I'm actually wearing a jacket that was designed by a Naga designer and manufactured in Nagaland. And I'm not a fashion conscious person, but I absolutely love the product and love the design. So we are encouraging you to establish these supply chains. We will be there to help you make contacts with local governments and authorities. We are good at that. We are there to help you to do community mobilization because we can help put these men and women together into groups so you can come and do master classes on what perhaps they lack and what they can learn from you. And in turn, I guess you can learn from them. We are good at community mobilization. We're also good at the area of sustainability. We usually operate on a very simple principle, which is called do no harm. So in that sense, we are there to support you. We are there to partner with you. We are there to help the people living in these areas have a better life. And we wish you today a very good discussion, a very good fashion show, and a whole fashion week. And we look forward to meeting many of you in the future and working together with you as we already have with some. Thank you very much.